My boyfriend, 27 male, and I, 24 female, have been together for 1 year and 3 months. Our relationship has been very loving, but has started to get bumpy ever since we moved in together for our 1-year anniversary. A little backstory. I'm in college right now pursuing my master's degree in archaeology, while also working as a library clerk to earn money, whereas my boyfriend works as a magician for parties and events. Despite our different career paths, I've never had a problem with his career choice because it makes him happy. He has always found a way to make every day magical, which has been sweet. About 9-ish months into our relationship, I had the opportunity to go on a 2-month archaeological excavation in another country for school. Despite us becoming long distance, he had no problem with me going, and he was very happy for me. He would send me gifts, letters, and he even sent things for my colleagues in order to brighten up their days. While we were doing long distance, we made plans to move into an apartment when I got back due to how much we missed each other. And a few days after I returned, we moved in together, which has been awful so far. Before living together, we would see each other a few times a week due to my busy schedule, but now that we live together, we see each other all the time. And he has started to do magic all the time. He will make my keys disappear as I'm trying to go to work or school. He tries to practice his card tricks on me while I'm doing homework. He makes the cleaning rag vanish when I ask him to clean, and he has recently done something that makes me want to end the relationship. I have never been in this serious of a relationship before, so I don't want to throw our loving relationship away just because of these bad few months. Last month we were getting steamy and he went down on me, which isn't unusual. While he was going down on me, he was saying some dirty talk here and there. I was lost in the moment for obvious reasons, but I snapped out of it when he said, "Oh, how did that get in there?" And I watched him pull a coin from my crotch. He found the coin moment hilarious, but it just took me out of the moment and instantly made me annoyed, so we stopped. Later, I told him that him doing the magic in the bedroom made me literally dry up, so I asked him to keep that kind of magic out of the bedroom. He explained to me that he was trying to make me laugh, have fun, and he didn't apologize for it. I talked with some of my friends about it, and they thought it was funny, so I figured that I was overreacting and needed to lighten up a bit. But he didn't do any magic tricks in the bedroom for the next few weeks. However, 4 days ago, we were having sex, and he suddenly started to yell, "Ow!" So I quickly got off of him and was asking what was wrong. He tells me, "I think there's something in you. Let me check." I laid on the bed like I was at the goddamn gyno because I trusted that if something was wrong, then he would find it. After like 2 minutes, he says, "Oh, here it is." And I watched as he was pulling up a long ribbon thing that kept going and going and going. It took a second for me to realize that it was one of his magic tools that he had purposely put in me while he was checking to see what he felt. He found it hilarious and couldn't stop laughing while he was pulling the string. More and more. I ripped the thing out while doing it, and I yelled at him for doing another magic trick like that, even though I told him not to. He told me that he was just adding more fun to our sex life and that he wanted to see what the magic trick would look like if it was coming out from a crotch. The original magic trick involves putting the coil thing in your own mouth and pulling out the plastic string for a while. I was pissed off, so I made him go stay at his parents' house for past few days. This morning, I talked with him some more, but he still thinks that it's not a big deal. I get that he's a magician and that he loves magic, but I'm still upset about him breaking that boundary I had set. I'm fine with his magic tricks 85% of the time, but sex is where I draw the line. I am demisexual, so I need to have a strong, trusting, and close relationship with someone before I can even think about having sex with them. So him breaking my boundary has really hurt me, and I've lost my trust in him. However, everyone I have talked to about the situation says that what he did was hilarious. And I have been told by multiple people that I'm overreacting, which is why I decided to go to Reddit. We have built a strong relationship, and I really saw myself marrying him one day. I fully trusted him, and now I don't know if I ever can again. Should we break up? Or can we fix this and stay together? I'm lost, so I'd appreciate any advice. Thanks. Now for the update. First off, no, this story isn't AI or fake. It's sadly true, but I can understand why people would think that it's AI due to the absurdity of it. Secondly, thank you everyone for the advice in the comments of my previous post. I was lost and looking for some advice because of the uncomfortable situation, and people around me felt differently about it than I did. People in the comments were right, and I should trust my own feelings rather than searching for answers from the people around me. That's something that I've struggled with my whole life because my family is very reliant on each other and my parents are both helicopter parents. So I learned from young age that I couldn't trust my own instincts because other people know better, which is why I asked my friends and mom about the situation. I have a lot more work to do in trusting myself, but at least I'm working on it now. Here's the update. After my previous post, I read through some of the comments and realized that what my boyfriend did would be considered assault. It wasn't something that I had even considered because I was only seeing it as him doing something stupid in the bedroom that broke my boundary and made me uncomfortable. But seeing those comments opened up my eyes a lot. If he was willing to break my boundary only after a year of dating and could do that to me in the bedroom, then what else could he be capable of? I met with him the next day at our apartment and I told him about my feelings, which he didn't seem to care about. I showed him the Reddit post so that he could see that other people were also uncomfortable with what happened. He read through your comments, but when he saw the word assault being used a few times, he got really aggravated. I had never seen him that angry before, but he was screaming nonstop and he even whipped my coffee mug across the room. I ended up crying because I was scared, and I think that snapped him back to reality or something because he stopped yelling and was trying to comfort me. I made him leave our apartment again because I didn't want to be around him anymore. That night, my friends helped me pack up my stuff, and they took me to my parents' house, which is where I'm at now. Story 2. My husband is cheating on me, but I don't know if I can blame him. I'm 35F, and he's 37M. We have 2 adorable children, aged 5 and 9, been married for 12 years. Within these 12 years, we've lost many of our relatives, friends, lost ourselves, grew together. I wanted to enhance my career, and my husband helped me tremendously for that. He sold his business to help the kids while I worked my job. It also helped us pay off our house loan, too. He became a full-time stay-home dad while I worked outside. It was rough for me, too, having to work in a male-dominated workforce while ensuring everything is okay. Without him, I couldn't have done this. I've lost both of my parents in 2020 and 2021 respectively, and he lost his mother in 2021. Both of us were depressed combined with him not being able to vent out. I am an extrovert and had a lot of friends to talk to, but he didn't. During October, he met a single mom from our kids' school, and they began chatting casually. Let's call her S in this post. I began to spend more and more time outside for job and venting out to friends. It was like a drug to me. I forgot the fact that I was neglecting someone and that someone is my husband. I denied him sex. At times I used to belittle him and argue. There were a lot going on in my mind at that time, coupled with the fact I lost my parents, was depressed, was in too deep an adrenaline rush. In December, it was our 5's birthday, but I had an urgent meeting. I know many of you are going to hate me for this, but I am looking at a promotion this year and I really needed to visit that meeting. I wrapped up my meeting and was heading home when I got to know one of my friends had an accident and I was needed. I drove there and was late for my child's birthday. That night we got into a huge argument where he talked about I needed to get off about my parents. I yelled back at him and said very hurtful things. I told him he needed to man up because I was the one earning. It threw him off a little bit and he stormed out of house. He returned next day, we both apologized to each other, ultimately deciding to give us another shot. It was the first time we were intimate in months. He told me he loved me. Christmas week, the guy who had an accident passes away. I was devastated because he was a childhood friend of mine. It plunged me further into depression. My husband wanted me to help, but I yelled at him again. New Year, I ruined his and our children's because of my stupid action, which was to hang out with a friend of mine who returned back to the country after 3 years. I ended up spending the night at her place. First week of January, I see him being distant, and on the 8th of January, he gives me the divorce papers, blindsiding me. I asked why. He told me he doesn't know who I am. I was not the person he thought I was. I changed, and for worse. I don't ever talk to him. True. We weren't intimate. True. I belittle him in every step even though the sacrifices he made led us here. True. He wants someone to grow old together. Not someone who yells at him and demeans him, neglects family. True. He wants us to go separate ways so we can both be happy. He doesn't think I'm happy. Lie. He's tired of being a doormat and me making him feel insecure lie. I never told anything that would hurt him. I made a mistake because I was stressed out and yelled at him. It was awful for him and me too. I wasn't the person who I used to be. Then he told me the truth of wanting a divorce. The day we got into an argument, our kid's birthday, he stormed out and went to S's house. They slept together. He confessed they both have feelings for each other, and it was the only time they did. He offered me his phone, passwords, accounts, everything. It was an emotional connection that turned physical just once. He told me he was broken and she mended him. Told me he is sorry, but he has a right for happiness too. I told him I want to work on us, do couples therapy, and quit my job. I love this man, but he's done. He told me he will move out. I can keep the house. Had I been a good spouse and partner to him, it wouldn't have happened. It's a dead end for us. I love him, but I need to let him go for his own happiness. Update. Backstory is in my profile. Been 5 days I've signed the papers. We are civil. It is a consensual divorce, and hence shouldn't take more than 4 to 5 weeks. He offered me the house. He will move out. He will have primary custody of our kids because he was there present for them. I wasn't most of my time. The custody arrangement is going to take some time, but otherwise we are good. 2 nights ago, we sat down and just broke down. We told each other how we feel and apologized to each other. I told him I was sorry I couldn't be a dutiful wife. It was good. I love this man more than I love myself, but between out everyday life, I got lost. So lost, I forgot him. I told him I won't wish him the best because he is the best. I also talked to SC, my last post. She apologized what happened and assured me that it was consensual, a one-time thing, and they both are attracted to each other. She told me it was very shameful of her and knows I can't forgive her, and she is sorry nonetheless. I told her to take care of him because he's a wonderful soul. I'm seeing a therapist right now. It's awful. I've learned many of my flaws and have to work on them. There's a lot to still uncover, but for now, I've accepted what I did. It isn't easy, but I've paved the way for my husband to cheat. It was me who put him through this road. We also plan to sit and tell our kids during the final week. They don't know cooch except mommy and daddy are going through a rough patch because daddy did something mommy hated. Apart from this, it's okay-ish. I have mental breakdowns in my work, and I've met few friends. They understand what I'm going through, but they're angry at me, which is understandable and rightfully so. I don't know why I'm typing these except for me to get it off my chest. I love this man, and I've treated him horribly. There's no excuse to that. Cheating was his fault, and I can't change that, but I can change myself for better. Our marriage is finally coming to an end, and I feel numb. Absolutely numb. Only God knows what he has for me on the road ahead. Edit. Guys, enough. I'm not looking for sympathy. I know I fucked up. I destroyed my fucking marriage. I lost my husband, my self-esteem, my kids, my family. Within 2 fucking months, I realized how much I have lost. I've been diagnosed with bipolar 2, and I've become emotionally distant and abusive. I acknowledge that. It isn't pretty. I need to work on myself. I get that. I am not throwing my husband under the bus or trying to paint him as the bad guy. We are getting divorced. He is ending marriage with me, and there is no greater punishment for me right now. I need time to swallow. So even though I deserve all the hate, please just don't to recover. After I was out of the apartment and safe, I called him and broke up with him over the phone because I didn't feel comfortable doing it in person after his previous reaction. I'm so upset that I wasted over a year of my life dating him and even thinking about a future with him. Thank you all for giving me the courage to follow my feelings and break up with him for good. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you for all the jokes. It's lightened the mood and has helped me feel a bit better about this situation. Yes, Ezagreb, the magic is gone and it's time for me to disappear.